Jose Mourinho is one of the most well-known and legendary managers in football history. However, if you have been following my football manager content, you will know that this guy has been haunting me everywhere I go. I am convinced that if I can manage in the Zimbabwe second division, this guy will follow me there too. So today, I am starting a 3-part series taking 3 teams that Mourinho has managed and giving them more accomplishments than Mourinho actually did. The team that we are starting with is Fenerbahce. Mourinho was there for 2 full seasons and he won absolutely 0 trophies. This brother really went to Turkey just to create a Turkish version of Tottenham Hotspur. Anyways, my goal is very simple for the save. Within 2 seasons, I need to win a trophy with Fenerbahce. And with that, let's get into Football Manager 26. Okay, and this is the tactic screen. I know I can show the squad screen and it will show all the players, but I prefer this screen for some reason, so you can see what formation I'm rocking and all that. So this is the starting lineup I have for Fenerbahce this season. Of course, I think over time of the season, some players may go in the starting lineup, some players might come out depending on their performance. But I think overall, we do have some quality in all the positions here. We do have a bunch of players loaned out as well. They are highlighted in red, and the players that are in blue are loaned into our club. As I was saying, we do have, I think, good players in almost all the positions. I think what I need to spend my money on, if I do have any funds, is to make sure we have quality players. People like, Ederson in net is a really good quality player for us. If we could, spread the quality to other positions, that will be great. So, and I'm also planning to keep most of the players in here. I feel like everyone has some value in them, have a purpose in the team. Okay, we are midway through season number 1, and I have decided to make a signing. This is because at that midfield spot, we are a bit lacking. We do have players there, but I need someone that can be a good first team player. Unfortunately, I'm not able to harness the potential of this player because we're only here for 2 seasons, but he's still very good for the here and for the now. Yunus Emre Kona, a Turkish midfielder. I have no choice but to sign Turkish players, so I have no idea why I'm saying that. He comes in for a big fee of 10 million in my opinion. And yeah, these are his stats. And fingers crossed he can do the business in midfield for us. Okay, we are here in the mid-season for season number 1. And a couple of updates that I sort of want to get to you guys. Firstly, we were in the Champions League. Also for context, we were actually in like the qualifying rounds, I believe. So yeah, we were in the 3rd, I think even 2nd. No, okay, we were in the 3rd qualifying round where we beat Feyenoord 5-1. And then in the playoff, we beat Nice to get to the actual Champions League. And in the actual Champions League, we smashed it, boys and girls. I think this is a really good position. So big up the team, of course. These are the teams that made it through. Galatasaray also made it through. So I can't really clown them too much because they're not 9 plus 10, but they're 22. They're still in there. Both Turkish teams in the playoff. You love to see it. The other update is a very, very massive one because En-Nesyri are making the move. I'm doing the business. En-Nesyri is going to Newcastle here. And I've agreed a deal. Okay, it says 60 million at like the 3rd line there, but that's overall. At the start, we are going to receive 43 million for the sale of En-Nesyri. You might be thinking, what are you doing? This guy's like a good player. Why are you selling him? Because I gotta be honest, 43 million is a huge amount of money. I can buy a backup striker and then I still probably have some funds left, which I can use for another possession. But yeah, as I mentioned, En-Nesyri, he's a good player. but I just can't say no to that amount of money too. Okay, so season number 1 has come to a close here in the save, and we're gonna recap all the competitions that we were a part of, starting with the Super Copa, which is like the Community Shield. For those that follow English football, that's like the best way to describe it. I think a similar comparison would be like the Italian Super Copa, because there are semi-finals and finals. And for this competition, we have won the Super Copa. Now take note, even though I said that we needed to win one trophy, this is technically a trophy, but I'm counting only league titles, domestic cups, and the European competitions like Champions League if applicable. Speaking of Champions League, okay, yeah, Champions League. The last time where we talk about the Champions League was we were at the league phase, which we achieved a 10th position in. We won to the knockout playoff round, where we were drawn against Celtic. And this, I gotta be honest, this Champions League campaign, even in the league phase, there was some awesome matchups. And in this two-legged affair with Celtic is probably one of the best matches I've seen in FM so far. I'm not even kidding. Like, it's so good that there'll be some highlights to come in the next maybe few days over on shorts. So if you want to see those highlights, my reactions, go subscribe to the channel so you get notified whenever the shorts go live. But it was a 9-7 overall win for us. That is the most important part. We won. And we move on to the next round, where we were drawn up against Arsenal. For those that don't know, I obviously support Arsenal, so it was a win-win situation for us. Unfortunately, we were not the ones winning as Fenerbahce. We did come close, to be fair. 5-4 we lost on aggregate. It's a little bit heartbreaking, but I had the feeling in my mind that we were going to drop out somewhere. And this is the point where we dropped off, apparently. Okay, 2 more competitions to go, and they are the best one yet. Starting off with the Turkey Kupasi, which I believe is like their FA Cup or something like that. Their domestic cup, which we have won 2-1 in the finals against Antalyaspor, meaning that at this current stage, we have already completed the save. We've already completed what we needed to do. We have already achieved a trophy. And last but not least, we are checking in with the league, the Super League, not that UEFA Super League, the Turkish Super League, and we have won with 89 points. It seemed like very comfortable. We won with 8 points, but believe me when I say it's a lot closer than it looks. We were actually second, like in the midway through the season, somewhere around there. We were actually neck and neck with Galatasaray, but Galatasaray sort of fell off in the end, and we've taken that top spot here. Just to see, we have only lost 1 game throughout the whole season, which is crazy in my opinion. But this is how the table is looking like. And just to go back and look at the objectives here, we didn't 2 seasons with any trophy. We did win 2 trophies this season, the league trophy and of course the domestic cup as well. And we did only sign Turkish player. We only signed 1 player. So massive shout out to the team. A massive shout out to the Fenerbahce players for doing the mad thing, making sure that we won the competition. And yeah, that's the Football Manager easy Jose Mourinho save done. So this is a 3-part series, like I mentioned at the start. This is the easy challenge, so stay tuned for part 2 for the medium challenge. If you don't know when that goes up on the channel, to subscribe to the channel. And of course, if you enjoy the video, you're enjoying the series, leave a like on the video as well. It helps me to grow, and helps the channel to grow, and helps the video to get discovered. Thank you all so much for watching. Have yourselves a lovely day, evening or night. Be kind to one another. I'm Random Football 100. I'll see you all on the next part. Bye bye everyone.